We've got more music later to come, but we've got our program now. Wow, this is just a tremendous event, tremendous turnout. Thank you all so much for being here. All right, so let's talk about some folks that are here. This is a great historic day for Federal Way. We've got our elected officials present. We've got Senator Mark Belosha. Senator. State Representative Linda Kochmar. We've got our own distinguished City Council, Susan Honda. Dini Duclos. Mark Kopang. Martin Moore. Lydia Asefa Dawson. We've got a great City Council. I just want to say right now, none of what we're experiencing right now would not have been possible without the leadership and the help of the City Council. And we've got our own Deputy Mayor, Gene Burbidge, here. Let's give Gene a big round of applause. King County Councilman Pete Von Reichbauer. From the fire department, we've got Jimbo Fossos. Jimbo. John Rickert. John. Bill Fuller. Thank you, Bill, for being here. And Len England from Lake Haven. Now, I just want to say, I know I probably missed somebody, but for all the elected officials and all the folks that helped make this possible, thank you very much. We have many, many thanks to give. All right, let's talk about the folks that were here that are our sponsors: the Washington State Employees Credit Union, Woodstone Credit Union, and Waste Management. Let's give them a big round of applause. You know, we first started talking about Town Square Park with the with the Parks Commissioners, those volunteers who put so many hours of volunteer hours into visioning and really thinking about what our parks are going to look like. So for all of the park commissioners here, could you raise your hand and let's give them a big round of applause. Thank you. Now over here, we've got John Hutton, our Parks Director. John, thank you so much for all your work. And we've got a design project manager. I want to tell you a really great story about how this park got designed. This park was designed internally with Deputy Parks Director Steve Eichert. Steve, thank you so much. And then we took those general designs and we gave them to architect Dave Clark. Dave, thank you so much. Construction manager Pat Patterson, thank you. Logistics and volunteer coordinators Jason Gerwin, Jim Barber, and Mary Janicki. Thank you, folks. The fountain designer. Now, when we get all done with this, you guys, and after we have a couple of talking points, we're going to do a big ribbon cutting and turning on of our fountain. But let's talk about our fountain designer and give a big thanks to Gary Kleins. Gary, thank you. And many, many, many more. I know that so many people, so many volunteers helped. There were so many people over the course of the past several months that were out here, wheeling dirt and wood chips and all kinds of, and laying sod and grass and just countless hours of volunteer efforts. I got to tell you, it was all hands on deck in the past several weeks. I'm going to talk a little bit about the brief history of this project. You know, just about 3 years ago, 2.5 years ago, this was nothing more than a pile of rubble surrounded by cyclone fencing. And through the visioning and through thousands and thousands of questionnaires that went out and the over 400 suggestions came in from the citizenry, we were able to talk about and really put into place the park that you wanted. The first phase of the park came 2 years ago, but it was that second phase in which people really began to see what was possible in this area and what will be really a true gem of our city for decades to come. This will really serve as the gathering place for the community. And I'm going to talk about the amenities when we at a later point after our two speakers. But this is going to be the beating heart of our city. And you know, every great city has a sense of center and has a core. And this is where this great city, our great city, Federal Way, will gather as a community. That tree right there is where we're going to gather during the holiday times, where we've got the great lawn. And again, we'll talk about those amenities shortly. But I think the most important part is that we can gather and and the importance of having a green space to meet in. It'll be the catalyst for our development, and it's no accident that we see looking over us right now that beautiful Performing Arts and Event Center literally rising out of the ground. So now, let's give a warm Federal Way welcome to Deputy Mayor Gene Burbidge, who will deliver some brief remarks. Gene?
Thank you, Mayor, and welcome. Thank you for coming here today. Joining together in community has great value always, but especially when we are all in mourning for the tragic events so recently having occurred. We need to reach out to each other in caring and searching out ways to communicate the value of each individual as we work toward being the best community we can possibly be. Providing places for people to gather together is one of the key roles for a city. This very visible town square park in our downtown is a tangible way of helping to meet that need. Here we have the path for pleasant strolls, places for restful breaks and quiet conversations, and yes, features for play. The play which is essential for children, but helps all of us to refresh our lives. The many who had roles as planners and builders of this park have provided a wide array of inviting features to be used year-round, from the summer season spray park about to be turned on to the winter holiday tree. And we even sang carols around that tree once already last year. This Town Square Park's opening recognizes the outstanding first step in our city's investment in the downtown. And we can easily anticipate the next exciting facility nearby, with construction underway across the street to the north, the Performing Arts and Events Center, due to be completed next year. These investments have already acted as stimulus for the desired private investment right next door to the south, so stay tuned for future improvements there as well. The city's purchase of the park property, formerly the site of the AMC movie theater complex, was made possible through a grant from the state. We have former Senator Tracy Ide to thank for her work in initiating and following through in that effort. My sincere appreciation goes to my colleagues on the council, our mayor, our Parks Commission, all of our hardworking staff, all of the visionaries, the idea people, the designers and planners, the builders, the funders, and a shout out to our Federal Way Rotary for helping fund the spray park. But huge thanks to all who had a role in making this gem of a park a reality. What a special place and a special day for our city. So thank you and congratulations to everyone.
Thank you, Deputy Mayor. And now, I'm a person who needs no introduction, King County Councilmember Pete Von Reichbauer.
I know they call this the town park, but this reminds me of the People's Park. The city of Federal Way began a process, and then they started hearing from the people about what they wanted in this park. And they put a pause button and wisely listened to the public about what they wanted here. And whether as young Cooper over there, or like me, this park has something for everyone. This park is designed to represent the needs of the future, not the past. Federal Way is changing. America is changing. We need a centralized place where we can come together, no matter what our nationality, whether we were born in Russia, Africa, Europe, Asia. A park is a gathering place where we all come together and share the American dream and share the American experience. How many of the workers here today helped work on this park? Can you raise your hand? Some of the people who work. Let's give them a round of applause. We politicians like to take credit for the photo op, but it's those folks who were out here in the rain, in the cold, making sure this park would open up on time, on budget, and be the kind of park we need in this community. These are challenging days for America, challenging days for cities, but Federal Way has met the challenge and met the need for the next century. This park is not the end of a process. This park is the beginning of a process of the new Federal Way. And I commend the mayor, the deputy mayor, and the members of the city council for recognizing what is important about our past, but also more importantly, to prepare for the future. This park is about the future of Federal Way. Thank you.
Thanks, Pete. Absolutely right. And you know what's so fun about this park are the amenities, the low impact development. You're sitting, many people right here on this plaza where for decades to come we'll be getting together our permeable pavers. We've got the walkways. You can see a certain different kind of cement where the water will be able to sift through that much more quickly and get into the streamway and get into the waterways. This, the vegetative roofs for both buildings, all the rain garden through there, and all of the information. This will literally be a destination for school children to learn about low impact development and about ecology. But more importantly, it'll be our park. It'll be the gem and really the foundation of what we're building in this community. Thank you all so much for coming. And I just have one question. Are you guys ready to cut the ribbon? All right, let's go do that. We're gonna go turn on this splash park. We're gonna be right over there. The first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna turn on the water because we're gonna take a great picture here of the ribbon cutting. Then once the water's going, we're gonna cut the ribbon. And once the ribbon is cut, it'll be, we're gonna get the water situated and come on down. So we're gonna get the water started. We've got my 9-year-old son here, Ben Farrell, that's gonna push the button here to start the water going. And then once we get the water started, we will do the ribbon cutting. So Ben, you ready? Okay, we're gonna count down from 10, okay? All right, let's count together. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good job, buddy. Give me 5. Thanks. Can everybody see? All right. 1, 2. Let's count down from 5. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. No. All right. Thank you all. I'll run to the water here.
Dancing on a Saturday afternoon. Thank you. Let's get on down. Oh. Hey, let me see your hand in the fire. MC. Hey. Cruising on you to put down. I said, jump in. Pick yourself off the ground. I said, jump in. Because you're in town and don't there's a place you can go, I said, jump in. When you're short on your dough, you can and I'm sure you will find many ways to have a good time. For the stay at the YMCA. That's it, somebody. YMCA. They got everything on the magic resort, and you can hang out with all the boys just for the stay at the YMCA. There's so much fun in the YMCA, and you can get yourself clean, have a good meal, get wherever you feel. Are you listening to me? I said, hey, young man, what do you wanna be? I said, young man, you can make will your dreams, but you got to know this one thing. No man does it all by himself. I said, young man, put your pride on the shelf and just go there to the YMCA. I'm sure. It's fun to stay at the YMCA. The YMCA. They got everything from the mansion with joy, and you can hang out with all the boys. It's fun to stay at the YMCA. There's so much fun at the YMCA. And you can get yourself clean, have a good meal, anywhere you feel. I was once in your shoes, I said I was down and out with the blues. I felt no man cared if I was alive. I felt the whole world was so giant. Someone thinks so giant. Yeah, we don't say that enough anymore. Giant, that's giant. Yeah. It's called the YMCA. They kick back. Oh man, you're so giant. It's fun to stay at the YMCA. Oh, the YMCA. They done everything. Don't go magic with joy. You can hang out with all the boys. It's fun to stay at the YMCA. There's so much fun at the YMCA. Alright, you know now, Federal Way, don't party people in the house. You don't raise your hands high up and let you sing it out loud one time on your own. Oh, don't be shy now. Put them on, somebody say YMCA. I can hear you sing YMCA. Oh yeah. Young man, what do you wanna be? Young man, are you listening to me? Oh yeah, there's so much fun at the YMCA. Oh yeah! Always a good time, always a good time. Thank you. That's so giant. I'm saying, right on.